Hey everybody, and welcome to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, aka I shit my pants while I wait for the Eden start to come up and notice that we have a decent amount of HP. I knew it was some kind of syringe. What is the syringe that gives us the super big eyes? Maybe Speedball? V8GE GJYD. Isaac's Jar of Tears again, which is unfortunate, but maybe it's growth hormones? I'm not totally sure. I'm really happy to have HP right off the bat. I gotta admit, I'm not crazy displeased with this start. We noticed the last run that we did as Eden, where we also started with Isaac's Jar of Tears, weirdly enough, that we don't really have to hate this item in the super early game. It's not necessarily incredible. I don't think anyone would get it mistaken with, you know, an item that's actually good. However, it's not necessarily truly god-awful damage. Oh, we've got some kind of library action happening here as well, which is really interesting, because if we get a key, then we should be able to pick up a book, and pretty much any book is going to be better than Isaac's Jar of Tears. So my hope is that we can actually make that happen. And the library, I think it's a little trick. People have always told me this, and I rarely have the opportunity to use it, but if it works, it's indeed pretty useful. The library is supposed to always be the room that's closest to your spawn, weirdly enough. So we might be able to get into that room right away here. Obviously, Book of Revelation, Satanic Bible. Wow, what the heck? We still can't get anything except for Telepathy for Dummies, but we would love Book of Belial if we can make this situation work. We are still going to need a key to make that happen, but man, it's amazing that, oh geez, careful. It's amazing that we were able to find ourselves in that situation to begin with, so. Not to mention that we got 15 GD cents from blowing up that head man. That's ridiculous. Now, Telepathy for Dummies is pretty bad. It might even be worse right off the bat than Isaac's Jar of Tears, but, you know, as our damage improves, which you would expect it to, it's going to get better. I'm having, like, some night terrors here with the idea that we might not actually be able to get I Can See, or, Book of Belial. Wow, why would I go with I Can See Forever on that one? I don't know. It's okay. The battery charge, super useful, obviously. Totally not being sarcastic. I would prefer if you would walk in this direction, but I'm not going to wait for it, so that one's really up to you. Well, we're going to need to get a key here, which is pretty unlikely. We're a little slow, so I'm wary about that. And this is going to be a long boss fight here. I'm saving my bomb. The big reason there, and it really is a big reason, is because if we get a bombs or key pill, this would allow us to actually get into our, we'll get into that Book of Belial. So let's go over the ways in which we could get a key here. He could drop one when he dies. Unlikely, but could happen. We could get Latchkey. We could get the box. We could get Mom's coin purse, and then out of that there could be a bombs or key pill. We could get 8-ball, and it could drop a justice card. Starting to run out here. It could be 8-ball and it could drop a Wheel of Fortune, and then we could play it or blow it up. Yeah, I think I've run out of ideas now, but, you know, it's definitely more likely that we don't get a key than we do get a key, which is disappointing. But, still, I'm happy with this floor, even if we don't. Yeah, I mean, Torn Photo is great. It just sucks that, you know, we know what we're missing out on, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at here. I probably shouldn't have tried there, huh? But whatever. We have 18 cents for the next floor. We got Torn Photo. We got a slightly better spacebar item, and we picked up some HP. You know, we're in the business of not dying, and for being in the business of not dying, I think the items we got on that floor are pretty conducive to that. So we are going to play this a little bit. I'm a little wary about our HP, but I wouldn't expect to find myself in too much trouble here. We should remember, you know, Telepathy for Dummies, despite being a shit item, has a very non-shit cooldown on it. Being able to use it as often as, you know, once every 2 rooms, once every 1 room. Basically, it gives us an active item version, which is a worse version, but an active item version of Spoonbender is pretty solid. There's something positive to be said about it, at least. So we should use it whenever we feel comfortable doing so. And if we end up, it's one of those items that doesn't really have a great opportunity cost associated with a missed use. So if we don't get to use it against the boss, it's probably largely irrelevant. I would be looking to replace it as soon as possible. Very unfortunate that we didn't get any keys, man. If we had Book of Belial right now, especially considering we would have gotten it for free, we would be like, we'd be sitting pretty, let's just put it that way. Yeah, I regret a little bit using telepathy for dummies as early as we did on the last room, because this room is that exact room, but just in much tighter corridors, and quarters, I guess I should say. Where are those? No, they're probably not related. Anyway, that's something for a different show to mine, but anyway. Got 2 of those in there, along with a 2 of diamonds card. That financially sorts us pretty much right the heck out. We're gonna be completely fine for probably the rest of the game here. Found our secret room out of that, and surprisingly did not get hit. Ah, that was stupid. I will admit that I've seen my life flash before my eyes just a little bit here. If I get hit on these enemies and then end up fighting the Haunt or something like that, don't get keys, and find myself unable to get into my, I really wanted to keep shooting there. Find myself unable to get into the shop or the item room, you know, things could go sour fairly quickly. All we can really do is what we always do on the first floors when we're nervous, and that's just stay away from enemies and, you know, fire our shots in from afar and take the high percentage, not the low percentage opportunities. We can always blow up our... Not really that worthwhile. We can always blow up our arcade, and by arcade I mean specifically the blood bank that's not in the arcade. I can see how you would be confused there. But really, a key here, well, 2 keys in particular would be amazing, because I would really love the opportunity to go to our shop, use our 2 of diamonds productively. That's also extremely important. Starting to get the idea that that's not going to happen, though. Well, you know, you could just give me a tinted rock as well. There's always that possibility. I want to take care of these guys. Everything is a little bit dangerous on this room for our current taste, but those guys maybe more so than the others. Probably pushed that bomb into a position where it was completely impossible for it to give us any kind of consumable, but that's okay. And after last floor where almost everything went perfectly right, this one is shaping up to be a little bit more hit and miss. Still no keys. And no tinted rocks that I've noticed anyway, which is equally disappointing, but probably a good degree more surprising. Come on, you gotta give me 1 key on the first 2 floors. That's like written in the Geneva Convention of Isaac. Maybe a crawl space? Maybe a crawl space? We're gonna get all the rocks on this room one way or the other. Alright. Well, at least we're only fighting Pin. Now let's go over the ways that we can get a key. I digress. I'm joking. I'm not gonna go over all the ways that we can get a key yet again. But let's talk about the thing that we usually talk about at this point in the game. We have a deal with the devil coming up, and pretty much no way for us to fuck it up against one of the easiest bosses in the game, who we have already fought already. So I'm warmed up, ready, willing, and able here. Picked up an HP upgrade, which is the perfect companion here. And yeah, some like really, really solid items, which we will be taking both of. It's a little scary, but I do think it's the right call to take both of them. Death's Touch is extremely valuable, and the ability to fly is certainly nothing to sneeze at. I wanted to do that room actually like as a warm-up, to be like, I'm not scared. I really don't think we're going to be able to get into our shop or our item room, which is a huge disappointment. You think that would have found it? That TNT barrel? It might have. Well, you know, we have positives and negatives here. This is an interesting run. We're unable to get to our item room or our shop, but should we ever be able... Oh, I'm a little nervous about our HP. Should we ever be able to get to our item room and shop, we have some amazing ability. Well, particularly our shop. We have some amazing purchasing power, and that is a key that is going to be extremely worthwhile. And you know what? Maybe by missing 1 shop, that's financially going to sort us out for the rest of the game, because instead of being at 50 cents, which is admittedly still really good, we're going to be at like 80 cents or something like that. Somewhere in that vicinity, we could reasonably assume. Still a little disappointed, though. I mean, skipping out on an item room always sucks, and I don't think there was really any other conceivable way that we could have made that work for us, so I'm going to try not to lose any sleep over it, but if we end up losing this run, that will be one of the things that, you know, haunts my nightmares for decades to come. I'll wake up screaming, "Ah, give me a key!" And then my wife will say, "What's wrong, honey? Did you have the dream about the end of the streak again?" At which point I will say, "No, don't worry about it. Just go back to bed." And I'll take a deep hit of a flask full of some nondescript brown liquor, which is actually iced tea for the purposes of filming, because this, in my head, is the documentary of my life. This would be rock bottom. And then The Rock would come in and rock bottom me. And then that's where things start to pick up again, because now I'm the #1 face in the World Wrestling Entertainment industry. We don't want to open this yet. I mean, I do want to open it, but we should not. This is a bit of a weird one. I will use 2 of diamonds. I'll buy the key because we need it. I don't think I want Sharp Plug, honestly. And you might be saying, why not get Sharp Plug? And you have a great point. This is actually, I was going to ask for this. Rubber cement, thank you. You might say, why not get Sharp Plug? And you would have a good point. You know, we have a lot of money. However, I, if possible, would like to give a lot of it to our donation machine. And, you know, money equals power could show up. What I'm worried about is that with rubber cement, I'm going to hit spacebar accidentally and fuck myself over. So, you know, I'm motivated to not do that by a knowledge, a deep understanding of who I am as a person and as an Isaac player. I really don't want to end the streak on a pretty good run by making the world's dumbest decisions. So I hope you'll respect my wishes there. Very easy boss fight. Eternal Heart would make me feel better. And, okay, lots of pills. Scary. Great. Fine. We got everything on this floor, so I'm not mad about it. And we got an Eternal Heart. And we got a couple of Spirit Hearts. And I was really hoping that would be a guppy item. We got a World Card, which we can be happy with. I can see Forever as well. World Card. This is a great situation. We know what that one is? Telepills. We could Telepills out if we wanted to. But honestly, we already did pretty much everything I could think of us wanting to do there. So let's just head down to the next floor. And our HP should be wonderful, which it is. Gonna pop the World Card right away. Let's go visit all of these special rooms, shall we? Picked up a lot of consumables there as well. Well, 1 bomb for 2 bombs is, again, a functionally fantastic trade that is just kind of boring. Boss Rush is something that's presently on the back of my mind. I could be persuaded to care more about it as we get further and further along, but for now it's relatively minor. Yeah, it was very dumb in comparison to just surviving, so we're going to focus mostly on the whole surviving element of it right now. And this is good. Guppy. Guppy Dream! First Guppy item is Guppy Dream. Second Guppy item is Guppy Vision. Third Guppy item is Guppy Reality. Do we want to... I don't think we want to use Guppy's Paw once, to be honest with you. I think we just want to pick it up and then put it back down. We do have a 75, as long as we don't take a red hard hit here, we have a 75% chance at a deal with the devil. We can augment that pretty nicely if we pick up a judgment that we explode. That would give us like another 0.75 times 25. Anyway, you get the idea. It would increase our chances of getting a deal with the devil to like 91 or something like that. I'm just running the numbers quickly in my head. 3/4 times 25. Not happy with the Spirit Hearts I've lost here, but we can always, if we need to, and times are tough, we can always come back into this room and turn our Red Heart into 3 Spirit Hearts, which does give us raw survivability. That room is well worth it. Even if we lost a Spirit Heart to make it happen, absolutely the right choice. Stompy is completely okay. Maybe not my #1, like, ideal choice for an item, but does make it possible for us to pick up a lot of tarot cards once we get down to the depths of the womb and beyond, which is the name of my autobiography. It gets into some dark stuff, particularly just the period just prior to when I hit rock bottom and then got rock bottom, as we talked about earlier. Not going to crush the mushrooms. It's interesting but also risky. Oh man, remember when these guys were scaring the crap out of me? I'm starting to feel like we're on the ascendancy here for sure. So many double rooms. I'm a little over the double room action here. Just trying to take out the little Geminis first because, well, we can, quite frankly. And I can completely insulate myself from the larger versions of the Geminis. They're big brothers. By just staying out of the way, basically. You don't explode in the bullets, right? You don't explode in the bullets. We get a range upgrade. I don't love it, but I'll take it. Because I have no other option. And this would be the perfect... This is like a 1-2 punch. This is like a cheeseburger and french fries right here. If you give me a range upgrade, followed by a lump of coal. But, actually, I will admit, if you give me Krampus's head, I'll take it. This is one of the situations, not super rare, but not super common either, where it does make sense for us to take Krampus's head because telepathy for dummies is not very good. Not awful, but not very good. So let's get the heck out of here. We got a lot more stuff left to accomplish on this floor. 81 cents, you know... I think we donate to our donation machine on this floor That was not very smart. But I think we donate to our donation machine on this floor, and my reasoning behind that is we could get... It's a low percentage chance, but we could have an XL floor followed by a greed fight on that XL floor, on the next floor. So I prefer to avoid that if possible. Do we know this? I can see forever. Well, that should allow us to find the second secret room. We will go to our curse room. It's only going to hurt on the way out, so worth it. Well, obviously, actually not worth it, but the idea was worth it. And we'll buy whatever we need to buy here in order to swing this. I'm so tempted when it comes to breaking the mushrooms, I gotta admit. Balls of Steel is fantastic for ourselves here, but it's really not the right decision to do yet. We will use telepills, by the way. I would love to get another I Am Error room, but it's smartest for us to wait until we actually see everything else on the floor, of course. All right, let's donate as much as we can. As far as I'm concerned, if it takes all 82 cents, we've done a great job. We can always get more money. Well, you know, we might not be able to get more money literally, but still. Is it worth 20 cents for 2 tarot cards? Because that's one of our options here. I really don't think so. Probably just buy the key. I am super pleased with how much money this is taking. And really, over the past, like, 4 runs, we've donated enough money to cancel out, like, 12 runs where I didn't donate anything at all. So I'm feeling like we're in a pretty good spot here. Range down is, it's not that bad. Liberty Cap is a better trinket, I think, for us than Missing Poster. I know that might be contentious. And I know that you hopefully know that I'm joking. Anyway. This is, I Can See Forever again, right? Yeah. I mean, we can take telepills, and then if it doesn't teleport us to the error room, which is the most likely event, of course, then we can just take I Can See Forever down to the next floor again. It's working out pretty well for us. Okay, that's not an error room, so we're gonna be on our way now. This is, it's a good run. Offensively, above average, 6.5 out of 10. I'm not trying to sandbag, you know. A 10 out of 10 is Cricket's Head, Brimstone, like Sad Onion, as Dark Judas. So I'm not giving you inflated rankings, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Defensively, there's a little something to be desired. We got no respawns, no way to get more Spirit Hearts except for, you know, financially and Tinted Rocks, but we don't have any control over how often those show up. So that would help out a lot. Obviously, like a 9 lives pickup or something like that would be incredible. In terms of utility, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of money. We got Stompy. I don't value Stompy that highly, but I don't think it's too bad either. Our spacebar item is very solid. Probably using it a little bit too much right now, but I think most people would probably agree that using it too much is better than not using it at all, which is something that I'm guilty of in a lot of situations as well. So I'm not going to complain too much. We should have it pretty much right on time for our boss fight here as well. So what am I looking for? Obviously, you know, the go-to items that just appear out of nowhere. Cricket's Head, Infamy. Did we already get Fate? Why are we flying? Spirit of the Night on our first Devil Room, that's right. More HP, Relic pickup, Dark Bum. I feel bad even asking for Dark Bum because it shows up all the time. It's been showing up like crazy lately. Fire Spirit Heart here, still got tons of money to back it up. I don't really want to spend bombs to get that, to get those Spirit Hearts. We'll probably get 1 out of it, but I'm feeling like we might be close to the HP cap pretty soon anyway. Oh, and oh right, we should really be cracking open every single skull that we can find. Mostly in the interest of finding a dry baby, actually, but, you know, a teleportation card gives us a chance at boss rush, at least. Can't believe I didn't get hit. Can't believe I didn't get hit several times. Monstro 2, you are in for a bad time, mister, and I wish that I had killed you before I said that because I completely botched the Krampus's head play, but that's okay. That was a very poor bit of damage on my part. Could you do your... Yeah, that's what I was looking for right there. This has been a suboptimal floor in terms of my own personal play, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. This is not the game being a dick. This is me making some bad decisions, but luckily we haven't been punished too much. Give me something worth taking. Let's give them something to talk about. Guppy's tail is worth taking. We're not Guppy, but, you know, we could conceivably get there pretty soon. So let's abandon our boss rush dreams. I was hoping that there would be skulls in there. There are not, and that's totally fine as well. we'll instead just focus on good fundamentals, basically. It's, you know, nobody likes to practice, you know, just drill free throw shots, but it does make an appreciable difference in your team's chances of winning the basketball game. So that's what we're going to do. And actually, Guppy's head, sorry, not Guppy's head, Guppy's tail could help us out a lot there. The Sun card, probably more of a vision card for us right now than it is a utility card, or like a full health card, but that's also completely okay. Not going to turn down money, but it's fairly likely to be pretty useless for us right now. Yeah, let's open it. Ooh, this is, this might be good enough. People accuse me of being a little bit too high on Tammy's head, and I think that that's a reasonable accusation to make. I think I do overrate this item, but I really, really like being able to use it once per room, and the damage that it gives you, if you have the right combinations of items, isn't a joke. So I think that this is definitely going to be my go-to here. I much prefer it to Krampus's head once every 6 rooms at least. Come on, Joker card. You know you want it to be a Joker card. 2 of diamonds. Also hilarious, considering now we've had 2 of diamonds cards. 99 cents doesn't even feel like an accomplishment when you've had that kind of luck on your side, but still. It's not about making stuff as hard on yourself as possible. It's about getting the win here. Unless a reroll room shows up, then it is about making as hard on yourself as possible. Yeah, I'm very pleased with the Tammy's head choice here. Peeper's Eye, I mean, sorry, the Peeper. It's not particularly strong, but there are worse items in existence. Yeah, let's head down to the next floor. No telepills for once. I don't even know what to do with myself in that situation. It's looking like this is not going to be a very harrowing run, but I will admit that our HP leaves a little bit to be desired. That's the one sore spot right now. We should have a deal with the devil on this floor. We have a... No, wait, we shouldn't have a deal with the devil on this floor. We just had one. That doesn't mean we won't have a deal, but it's just... It's the less likely situation. 2 of diamonds again. At this point, I'm just getting a little annoyed. Geez, why don't you give me like a rules card or something instead? I mean, telepills could be good, but I'm going to take the sun with us instead, just because there's no chance that it backfires on us and causes us to lose out on the Polaroid. Could be a run reroll here. I'll take it. It's not. It rerolls the stuff on the ground. I'm going to take the key. Try to pick up nothing else. Reroll everything else. Health up. It allows us to play the blood bank, I guess. I don't think we were at the HP cap, so this is fine. What the heck happened there? Oh, I know what happened. The hitbox on the sights is so big, I didn't notice. We didn't get ripped off for any HP. The shots actually hit Loki, but they bounced off in the other direction, making it look like Tammy's head was the least effective Tammy's head of all time. Alright, so I'm expecting a shop that consists of, greed. Pretty much just greed. Maybe greed and some rocks. Damage is leaving a little bit to be desired on this group. But if we have our choice of an item, Mom's Key maybe is a good choice for us. Hive Mind, just in case we become Guppy. I think that's really all I can think of that would really make a huge difference in terms of things. Champion Belt would be nice. I wouldn't turn down a shot at Champion Belt. Might as well try this a couple times. We don't need the money, obviously, but if we could get Blood Bag, maybe that would be worthwhile. Have a little bit of a better mix. It would make our Sun card more likely to be useful. But are we manufacturing a use for Sun card or what? And there you go. Remember I said we're not going to get a deal with the devil? There it is. Or remember when I said we're probably not going to get a deal with the devil, but that doesn't mean we won't. That golden chest turned out fantastically. I do think it's better to have more HP. Pretty good timing there. All that just because I wanted to get Ghost Baby. There's something a little sad about that. Now, since we have a deal with the devil guaranteed, I do have to concern myself with the fact that we will have Curse of the Unknown on a deal with the devil, so I gotta figure out how much HP we have. We have 2, I think. We took that HP from the Judgment. And we got another HP upgrade on the reroll room. Yes, this is correct. Okay. I'll take it. Cursed Eye plus Tammy's Head, I believe, work in conjunction together. Maybe not. Either way, I kind of like it. I know I'm almost certainly in the minority there. But I think that Cursed Eye is not that bad. Except for those, you know, situations in which it completely ruins your run. Then it's pretty terrible. Hive Mind, man, it's like exactly what I asked for, so sure. I am A-okay with this. Let's break some rocks in the middle. Ooh, I've created a terrible monster. Break some rocks in the middle so that I can pop that and have a better chance to hit things. Cursed Eye might not do anything with Tammy's Head. Like, I'm not sure if we're creating more shots here. Justice card is good. Well worth the key that we spent at the very least. Where's our shop? I already went to the shop. I'm like, I'm operating under false pretenses here. Okay, let's fight Mom. Don't teleport away from this fight. That's bad for business. Whoa, that was actually awesome. That is, none of these are guppy items. We can take 2 though, right? Without killing ourselves. 1 dark bomb, 1 mark. I was I gotta admit, a little worried that I was gonna die there. We did not though, so that's good. We should have no HP now, and I think at least like 8 spirit hearts. Yeah, we got 10 actually, so that's pretty solid. Obviously, our damage is going to be better as a result of this, and our defense is going to be better as a result of this, although it may take a little while for us to notice that fully. But this is it's another win, and I'm very comfortable calling it right here. We have not lost any of the last 82 runs on which... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Do I have to, you know, hold your hand while you go to the potty as well, Dark Bum? Like, this is not your first day on the job here. I kind of figured that you'd be able to take some initiative on yourself, or do I have to micromanage you at all times? That doesn't make you a huge asset at this corporate... I'm sorry, Dark Bum. You're very kind. You're a huge help, and I'm sorry I insulted you. Didn't really want to open that. As I was opening it, I took the time to ask myself, is this really what you want out of life? And I replied no, but it was far too late. Small Rock was such a good pickup. I'm thrilled about that. We don't want that. We're very, very close to getting the Guppy reality here. We're in Guppy vision mode right now. If we become Guppy, super high damage, Tammy's Head, Hive Mind, it's just like, it's gross. Like, this run will actually be disgusting. It'll become not safe for work levels. I gotta check after this if Tammy's Head actually does synergize, because it synergizes with chocolate milk. So my thinking was it should synergize with other charged tiers items, but maybe I'm mistaken there. Great aim, as you can see, I've been practicing. Rubber cement kind of ruining my DPS to a small extent here, but... Okay, now I know not to do that. I walked into a bomb rock well halfway through my charge. Where the heck are we now? Teleporting on Curse of the Unknown floors is, or Curse of the Lost floors, sorry, is the worst. Well, the worst is dying. This is up there, though. So we go left? No, sorry, that's right also, but up, and then upright, I think. And then one more right? This is where we were? I think this is where we were. Alright, that was a much easier room when you don't get teleported in the middle of it. I wonder what item could have possibly caused that. Pretty lucky to not get teleported right there, I gotta admit. Thank you, Ball of Bandages. Followed by not a Guppy item, and you know what? I think not that the run is in danger, but I think we cannot afford either of those. I think that we need to not take those, because they're not worth the HP that they cost me. I think Mom's Pearl's probably for the best for us here. Okay, I mean, it's a little wonky, it's not fully great, but we're in a pretty good spot. What do you got for me here? Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I'm comfortable. I've settled in. I've put my chair on recline, and you're gonna try to put me in a losable situation here? How dare you? How dare you? It's gotta be up this way. I forgot that we actually got our map recently, so that means I don't really have to use the sun as a vision card, but we kind of still do also, because there's nothing else to really do with it outside of using it as a Necronomicon. Not a secret room, so because we're only 1 away from becoming Guppy, we do have to, you know, go into the curse room. So that's 1 Spirit Heart tax we're gonna definitely pay. And it was worth it, even if it didn't give me exactly what I wanted. The pentagram is probably worth the Spirit Heart cost associated with it. Probably far left here is what I'm thinking. Ooh, that was very dumb. Not a smart play. And if we keep losing a little bit of HP per floor, this can start to shape up to be a pretty dangerous run. I mean, that's what Dark Bum is here for, to insulate against that, and it did accomplish that right there, and I appreciate it a great deal. Shouldn't be long for this world. Okay, good. Eternal Heart, maybe? I would take it. I think it's all about raw HP at this point. What about this one? Okay, Eternal? Pills, but Balls of Steel could be in there. Health up, I think is fine. Tears up is great. Health up is fine. Telepills, Balls of Steel. This is good. I need some red hearts to fill it out, but I think the raw HP levels are good here, and I guess in a way it's actually nice that I can't fill up my hearts, because it does mean... I'm going to try to shoot some bombs in here, because I really don't want to teleport out of the fight at this point, but I want to keep myself at a full charge whenever the shots come my way. It's alright. If we take a hit here, we take a hit here. You know, life goes on. There we go. We'll head up. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, we get the benefit of the extra HP, sort of. We get the benefit of the idea of the extra HP, while also having still the benefit of our sweet-ass permanent Polaroid invincibility, which is not insignificant. Not necessarily super important in the whole scheme of things in this run, but possibly, you know, it's up there as far as usefulness goes. I'd rather have it than not have it, of course. I love you, Tammy's Head. That's what I say to anybody who says that Tammy's Head is overrated by me, by anyone. I don't think it's the best spacebar item in the game, but there are times when it's the most fun. Red chest? No. Really hoping for a guppy item there. We're still in like 98% win territory. I'm just like... I got a little down on myself because I took so much damage a couple floors ago, or within the last couple of floors, but we should be fine here. I don't think this one's gonna sour, and that means random's coming up next. Maybe we could, like, here's a novel thought, not have Judas for the first time in a long time. Well, that's not fair. On average, not even half of our random runs are Judas. Just a lot of them recently have been, so that's gonna be a library. I don't really want to get it when we could just instead go to our chest and get whatever they're going to give me there. Which are going to be guaranteed items, but we are low on keys, but that's another reason I don't want to go through with it. Wish I got Nun's Habit, man. Two of these Tammy's Head payouts per floor would be enough to, or per room I should say, would be enough to do an awful lot of damage. That's why I like you right there, Tammy's Head. That's why I like you right there. Now, this is, admittedly, that's fine, a little bit of a delicate position, because I really cannot afford to teleport. Even one teleport might put me like 4 Spirit Hearts behind the curve. That's not the position I want to find myself in, so we're going to play it very cool, not put ourselves in a position where we can get hit by Isaac, and as a result, we can get away with having a half charge, because you thought I was going to say get away with having a half chub, didn't you, you dirty dog? As a result, we have no risk associated with ourselves, or at least a limited amount of risk. Just half shot a few in there. You're not dead yet. That is a big surprise to me. But you will be now. Now? Now. Okay, good. Alright, we still have this sun card. I'm thinking the longer that it goes on, the more it makes sense for us to use it as a full health. Hourglass. Leech. Leech is okay. Yum Heart. I don't really want to use the Yum Heart, but we may have to. This is actually a bit of an interesting chest loadout here. I'm going to go for bottom left, but there's a pretty solid chance that it's in the top as well. There's our half heart. Now, if I could just disable Leech, I would like to do that, but at least for now, we still get the benefit of having the invincibility. Oh, that saved me a lot of heartache. How to jump is not what I need here. We'll talk about it. I think I do want to take Lard. The speed down is relatively meaningless. Oh, and there's our boss fight. You know what? We don't need it, so let's not take it. Anything we don't need to win only has the chance to, you know, contribute to a loss at this point. I wish I had better bombs. That's the one thing I will say about this. Since we still have invincibility, let's take advantage of said invincibility to do some orbital damage in there. It's cool. We got no problems on this run. No stopping us. We are doing this. We'll throw down bombs on occasion. Leech is doing some damage. I'd prefer it if you didn't actually kill any enemies. We should have probably teleported there. That was a poor play on my part that ended up working out. You know, sometimes the life's a bitch. Sometimes people make mistakes and they are rewarded for it. And that is a pretty good description of me just then. But anyway, it's gonna be a win. Thank you to our first Devil Room for making that seem super likely. I appreciate it a great deal. If you enjoyed the run, please click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.